Kohler work continues. Still just kind of going through this motor. Want to get it all set up and ready to go. Want to get it all put together before winter really sets in. That way in the spring I can just, do a little carb tuning and off and running we go. One thing I did do is I did take some assembly lube and wipe the bore down with that, so that way the rings and I know the bore stays nice and lubed up during the winter time, just using some regular Lucas high performance assembly lube, nothing big. Just put it on my finger and wiped it around the bore. Not a big deal. The block is all set to go. It's cleaned. Everything is nice. I cleaned the PTO. I cleaned off all the rust on the crank, so we're good. The bearing plate's all set. We're good there. I do need to sandblast the flywheel. I'll get to that. Maybe not today, but it will be done shortly. Went out to my stock of parts, pulled out a nice blower cover, put the original tag on it. So nothing big there. There's the head tin, bore tin. Both of them are nice. This is a replacement Kohler color. Like if you bought a Kohler engine that was a replacement motor, they were typically this blue color, so I'm just going to leave it. Not a big deal. I have an original style RJ air cleaner, oil bath air cleaner with the support. The elbow that goes up to the carburetor is actually soaking right now. I glass beaded the head. It's all set to go, nice and clean. Just needs to be scuffed real quick and cleaned, and then I'll bolt it. I actually went out and I bought the bolts today for it. Carburetor, completely cleaned, glass beaded, ready to go. Just need to put the kit in it. I'll do that shortly. The armature for the ignition, glass beaded that also. That's all clean and ready to go. I got a new condenser. I have a new coil, new points, new ignition wire. So that's all going to be new. So it should run pretty good. Going to do a little bit of assembly today. And then we're going to, what's next? Oh, probably ignition. I'll do the ignition next. Just before putting the head back on the motor, I want to just hit it on my surface plate here on the floor. Just a piece of 220, and as you can tell, it does show some, a little bit of warpage. We're here, and then up at the top, 2 bolt holes. So I'm just going to kiss this on the surface plate until all that, there you go, until it's all evenly shiny, and then I'll know that it's, it's as flat as it needs to be. All right. So with that, just kind of going back and forth real gently on this surface plate, and once it's all cleared up, we'll install it. Okay, the head has been surfaced on the surface plate. As you can tell, they probably could have used just a little bit more right here, but I wasn't going to go crazy with it. Sprayed it all down with some brake cleaner, blew it all off. We're going to give it one more wipe down before we put it on. The deck has been wiped down with brake cleaner. We'll do it one more time just to make sure it's good and clean. And I have the new head gasket and a brand new set of bolts. These are pretty cool, actually. My local hardware store has these. Grade 8 with the washer, 5/16 18. We're all set. So got 6 of those. Need to be torqued to 200 inch-pounds and or about 16.5 foot-pounds. All right, so I'm going to put this thing together and we'll move on to the next part. What am I talking about? Part. Okay, so we're doing the 9-1, 200 inch-pounds. There's the sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll be matching that. 200 inch-pounds. I did it with a calculator. 200 divided by 12 is like 16.6, but they got a conversion table here. 180 is 15, 240 is 20, so we're in there. Heads on, bolts are real loose. Got the old Craftsman torque wrench set for 10 pounds at this point, 10 foot-pounds, and we'll do it in their pattern. and then I'll up it up to maybe like 12, and then I'll finish it off at 16. All right,